Getting about those. Thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast yet again, San Jose, California. So today we are looking at the new STs that Harley's offering, and they're no longer sport touring. They're CVO, custom vehicle operation touring, sport touring motorcycles. So we saw these leaks, of course, a lot of like neat little features. These are pretty much what I believe the ST should have been when they released them 2 years ago. They should have had the inverted forks. They should have had the improved suspension. They should have, I mean, they did have the 117. I give them that. But that was pretty much it. So in reality, this is what they should have released as, in my opinion. I mean, if you're going to put sport touring, you got to deliver in the suspension, and you got to deliver in the performance, not just a 117 and then slap a $30,000 price tag on it. But you guys can check them out. I mean, you guys can let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? I think they look amazing. A lot of little features, but I mean, in reality, man, I mean, you're looking at what Harley's doing with just the standards, which is the Road Glide and the Street Glide. You're getting a lot of what you see here. It's just this one, you're going to be paying an additional, how much is that? Is that $15,000 for the 121? I mean, let's not compare the bikes. Let's just look at what the 121, the CVO Road Glide ST is offering. Of course, you can see a few different aesthetics. The carbon fiber front fender. You see a flared windshield. Of course, you also have that ST, the tank badging of the STs, which is the Lowrider S. You know, from the 70s, the FXR. You also have the CVO saddlebags. I mean, there's a lot to like here, guys. I don't know. I really don't know where to start in this one. There's just so much. You also have what looks to be the gaffer rotors. You know, I mean, there's just so much to look at. There's just so much. And then, of course, you have carbon fiber dash on this, and then you also have like this little support, this wall, which is also carbon fiber. I'm not sure, you know, what this is for. Maybe it's just a placeholder or something to kind of hold you in the wall of the seat. Maybe that's what that is. And then, of course, you could also see the carbon fiber tips on the Screaming Eagle exhaust. I mean, it's all a complete package, and it really does scream. It really does scream performance overall. I mean, you from the brakes, the suspension, the just the engine trim, the push covers, the everything, just everything on this screams performance, which is neat. And like I mentioned, this is how the ST should have been released since 2 years ago. But man, I really like the wheels. I mean, everything, the overall design. I like how they finally addressed how it cuts the lowers the bottom trim of the fairing. You know, these used to be just flat, but it looks like they've redesigned them a little bit just to give them a little bit more flair. I still believe they should have connected this with, of course, the oil cooler or the water cooler, because these are liquid cooled. These are liquid cooled, I believe. There's the reservoir right there. You can't really see it. Of course, you have a Fast Johnny little sticker over here on this side. I like that they put it. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the overall design of it, but I like that it's on the left side of the bike, which is, you know, the ugly side of the bike. Even though it's, you know, it's gorgeous on both sides, but of course you have the intake and the exhaust on the right side, and that's the beautiful side of the bike. And just moving down to the rear, of course, you also see the rear suspension, the reservoirs. I thought it was Olin's. It's not. It's a different brand. Like I said, when I saw this, I thought this was gonna hit the floor at $60,000. Maybe that's how much the dealers will be asking with the markups and the fees. But $43,000. I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments. I really think just the Road Glide, the standards with the 117, it's pretty impressive. And $15,000 for a few trim pieces, I don't know. I mean, it's a good looking bike. I think the color's pretty hot, pretty solid. I like the tank badging. But I mean, man, I don't know. I mean, they're both good looking bikes. I much prefer the Street Glide in all honesty. But of course, you also have the black, which is like a pearl flaked black, also very, very nice, all just murdered out. I mean, it just looks mean. I mean, I like the risers, the handlebars. I'm pretty sure they're going to feel fantastic. You know, everything about the bike looks great. I like what they did. I'm not a huge fan of the fairing, but I mean, everything, it looks fantastic. So let's look at some of the features, of course, some of their key little details that, you know, they believe is noteworthy of putting it on their website. So you have the new redesigned shark nose fairing. Like I mentioned, computer design and everything give you maximum wind protection and maximum aerodynamics. Of course, you also have the new signature LEDs. This is what we saw on the CVOs last year. You also have the flow state, which is a completely redesign of the whole bike. You have a different fuel tank, different fairing, different saddlebags. Everything just flows nicely. It's more rigid, a little bit more modern. You also have the new wheels, of course. I'm not sure what they are called. I think these are the Prodigy wheels, right? They look like the Prodigy wheels. They look similar, but I don't think they're exactly the Prodigy wheels. They're a little bit different. So let's move on over to, of course, the 25th anniversary graphics, which is the CVO anniversary, not the Harley-Davidson anniversary, but the CVO anniversary. So 25 years ago, that's when we saw the first CVOs, the custom vehicle operations. You also have it, like I mentioned, the new handlebar riser. It's a 6-inch handlebar riser. So I'm not sure what the height of the handlebars are, but there's a limit, of course. You know, there's a limit of how DOT stuff like that, how tall the handlebars can be compared to the seat. So I don't know. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. You guys can let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and look at a few more details. We have the 121 high output V-twin engine. So I don't see the VVT. Oh, here it is. It does have a VVT. So maybe that's what they're calling their these V-twins. So it's a high output. So maybe it has a different cam in it. That's probably what it is. So it's a VVT 121 with a high performance camshaft. Okay, so that's probably what it is. It's a different cam in it than the previous models. Kind of like the 1250T and the 1250. They're different, you know, cams, different maps, stuff like that. So this one's going to perform a little bit better. You also have the reduced weight. Like I mentioned in my previous videos, a lot of that comes down to the quality of the plastics, the ABS. I think that's a little bit of a con. You know, after seeing $1 Million Bogan's video, you know, the saddlebags feel or seem flimsy when they're opened. I don't know if that's a pro. You guys can let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? Is that a pro having 25 pounds lighter? Or would you rather have the sturdier, more rigid ABS, the thicker ABS? Let's look at, of course, the slip-on mufflers. They look fantastic. They look great. Screaming Eagle, you know it's going to sound great. And it's going to be 50 state legal. So there's a lot of pros if you live in California. You guys know it's impossible to get tuners. It's impossible to get exhaust. And seeing something straight from the factory where you don't have to, you know, find alternatives to get these parts shipped to California, this is nice. And in reality, in my opinion, I think it's nice. Almost up, Papa. All right, so moving down to the suspension, of course, this is Showa front and rear suspension. So it's not Öhlins. It's not Öhlins, so optimized for performance, comfort, as they see fit. So pretty good. It's got the look of it. You know, it's got the look of what everybody's been doing with the performance baggers. It's probably not as good as Öhlins, but it looks, you know, I guess that's what matters. If it looks, if it might not handle as good, but it looks like it's, you know, it's going to be pretty fantastic. Carbon fiber components. We saw the front fender, the dash, and that little rear seat piece that we saw. I'm not sure what it is. But let's look at some of the other features. Of course, you have the riding modes, which is fantastic. You have the 12-inch TFT display, another plus. You have the rider safety enhancements, which is a lot. You have RDRS, ABS. I mean, there's just so much that they're including, even with the standards. That's what I'm, that's just, I mean, man, $15,000 for these little things when you could get the majority of these features with just the standards. I mean, you're saving yourself $15,000 plus all the markups and fees. You have the Skyline OS. I'm not sure if that's a plus after seeing $1 Million Bogan's video. There's a lot of glitches, a lot of connectivity issues still, startup issues. I don't know when they're going to be able to get these glitches out, but we'll see what happens. You also have premium audio, Rockford Fosgate. So it comes with the Stage 2. I don't know. 500 watts, really? Is that it? I mean, if you're getting a Sport Touring, you're not really getting it for the audio, but mainly for the performance. So let's see what this this engine can output. Let's see how much. Wow, 120 horsepower. Man, you're getting. Oh wow, that's impressive. But I mean, I don't know. 127 horsepower. The standard 117 liquid cooled. They're both liquid cooled. You get 104 horsepower. So this is an additional 20 horsepower or 25 horsepower. Man, that's an extra 20 horsepower. 145. So it's an extra 15 foot-pounds of torque. It's pretty good. High output, 121 VVT. Not to mention these are California compliant tunes. So I wonder how much more you could get out of them once you get a EPA or just a different tune. But let's look at the rider enhancements real quick. Everything's included. It's the same thing. You have the RDRS, ABS, traction control. Everything that you have on the standard is also included with the CVO ST. So you're not really getting any additional rider assists for the extra $15,000. I don't know. I mean, man, it looks nice. All right, you guys can let me know in the comments. Would you guys spend the extra $15,000 to get the CVO ST, or would you just settle with the Chrome 121? They look pretty similar. I mean, you have the 4 covers on the other one, so I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's a good looking bike, but I would much rather have the Street Glide than this new shark nose fairing, or this whale nose fairing that we see here. Of course, you also have a different engine guard compared to the standards. Different floorboards, of course. Just little hints here and there. I don't know. I think I'd rather have the Street Glide, save myself the $15,000 and put those $15,000 and the seat, the exhaust, and a Stage 2. If you guys seen the traction supply videos, Juan's 107 with the Stage 2 can outperform 117 CVO. So I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments. What would you guys go with? I mean, overall, it's a good package. Like I said, everybody was expecting this to hit near $50,000 to $60,000, and it's nice to see that Harley's able to keep it under $43,000. So, hey, life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.